Obviously, it was a much-needed win for us this afternoon. We've had our struggles and, coming off a game where I actually thought we played very well against Ohio State. We just couldn't finish the deal. To come back this afternoon, and have the adversity again, be down, I guess, at the under 8 timeout. And I thought we played the last 10 minutes of the game, as well as we've played in crunch time of a game all year long. I don't think they had a basket the last 10 and a half minutes of the game. And I thought we did some great things offensively. I thought we got good shots. We didn't turn the ball over. We were strong against their press, and we found some spirit and we found some passion. And, obviously I thought Gavin's tip out to Vic for a three, we were on a little bit of a run there. I thought that was a huge play. We had missed a couple shots in the lane, and he tips it out, and we hit the three. And then I thought Anthony Gaines' defense in the second half and just his energy, on the boards, his driving. Lamar Stevens is a tough cover, especially, we're in a zone, but they still are doing a good job finding places to isolate him on the floor. And I thought Anthony's defense on Stevens in the second half was really good. And of course, we had to find Garner in the second half, which we did a much better job of. Well, we just tried to stay active. I thought our principles the last couple games we've been extending our defense a little bit. Trying to gain a little bit of energy, maybe cause a few more turnovers, keep people off balance a little bit. I thought for the most part, especially in the second half, I thought our zone was effective. What it did more than anything, we played these guys 2 weeks ago, and we played a man-to-man, and they had 48 points in our paint. And so you play them two weeks later, and the script was flipped. We had 40 points in the paint to their 24. So I thought the zone, just from the standpoint of the last time we played these guys, Tony Carr, Lamar Stevens, and Watkins just had their way with us. And I thought the defense was able to keep those guys in check a little bit.
What did you learn from that game a couple weeks ago that you applied today? And then offensively, 16 offensive rebounds.
Well, I learned not to play them man-to-man was the first thing I learned. I learned a hard lesson that way. But, no, you watch film and you get a feel for guys. Now, that being said, they didn't have Josh Reeves. So, you feel for those guys. He makes a big difference. He's a terrific defender. He's a playmaker for him. He can make shots. And, so it's a little bit different team than we faced. And so we get fortunate with that. But even still, you look out there and they got a lot of talent. Garner as a senior can light it up. Tony Carr, Stevens, and Watkins are, if you look at their positions, Carr's one of the best point guards in the league. Watkins is one of the best big guys, and Stevens is one of the best foremen. So still a very talented team, and I was just really proud of our resolve to be able to play well down the stretch. Yeah, well, I think he had back spasms before the Ohio State game, and literally he was going to start that game. And in warm-ups, he just said, "I can't go." Any of you guys that have had back issues can probably relate. But he was able to practice. I gave him a shot in the first half. It was just matchup-wise. He was available to play. I just liked what our smaller lineup was giving us. I thought another athlete out there with Gaines. Having Vic, Scotty, and Gaines out there together, 3 athletic forwards, I thought that was being effective. So I went in that direction. But Aaron's going to be there, and obviously he's got to be ready to go in our next game.
You mentioned trying to find some spirit and passion with the guys. I know you can never predict, but do you feel like sometimes the game, when you end it the way you guys did, or just the effort you saw tonight maybe?
I certainly hope so. And the thing about it is, I love these group of guys. What these guys have done for me, our program, to make us relevant, to make us respected, to kind of put us in a position to be something as a basketball program are all a result of them. And, I want them to, especially the 3 seniors, I want them in these last 10 games to just play with that. Don't put any undue pressure on themselves. Whatever's happened, whether we're not living up to expectations, whether we haven't played as well. We can't control any of that anymore. And what we can control is the way we finish up this season and try to make something up this year. We still have more than half the league left. You know, we have 10 games left, and you know, crazier things have happened, you know, and I've always been an optimist. I'm always a believer. You know, last year we had a 7-game stretch where we were 2-5, and you know, and we still found a way to get to 10 wins and put ourselves in position to get to the postseason. So I think our goals are still there for us, but we have to take it one game at a time. And we know it's going to be tough. We got a stretch coming up, I think 4 or 5 or 3 in a row. We got some road games coming up that, you know, we got to find a way to go up to Minnesota and see if we can give ourselves a chance to win.
Back to what the switch on the inside, was it strictly X's and O's that made the difference, or did you challenge?
In regards to what?
You were dominated in the paint.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was all Derek. You know, I thought it was what happened in we got so badly beaten in dribble penetration the last time we played these guys. And Pat does a really good job of isolating his best players, and he gives them space to operate. He gives Carr space. He gives Steven space. And they torched our man. You know, we didn't have very good matchups. They got by our guys at will. So what happened was those guys either got shots or our big guys had to help, and they dumped it off to Watkins for dunks. And I didn't think we played with nearly the kind of fight or energy or effort that we needed the first go round. I think our guys were anxious to play them again. You know, anytime you kind of play to a level where you're not proud of, or, you know, almost embarrassed. I think a lot of us were embarrassed by that performance. And, you know, I think everybody was kind of eager to get a chance to see if we could be better. I mean, we weren't overconfident or anything like that, but we wanted to have a chance to see if we could be tough enough, you know, to beat a physical team like this.
What do you think about the energy in All-State?
I thought it was good. You know, I noticed it seemed like there were a lot of kids out there today. I wish we could have more set. You know, for me, I'm an old school guy. Like, I grew up with college basketball being on Saturday afternoons. So anytime there's a Saturday afternoon, like, I get excited. You know, that's what I grew up watching when I played in college. That's what you did, you know, and it was energetic, and you played, and then you gave these guys a chance on a Sunday to kind of get their bodies back and rest and refuel. So we've kind of lost some of that with playing every day of the week, and I get it. With TV and all that stuff, but anytime I get a Saturday afternoon game at home, I get a little bit extra pep to my step, and you know, I feel like the energy was really good today. I felt the crowd, and I have felt the crowd this year. I mean, it's not our home gym, we know it, but the people here at All-State have done everything in their power to make us feel at home this year, which our whole program appreciates. Thanks.